Joe Teague of Equity Armor Investments joins us now for the final trade of the day. And Joe, before we get to that, what do you do with a market like this? Seriously, we know that there's some risk out there. And yet and still, we have these risky days and then we reach new highs.
Yeah, and the market seems to be putting it all behind it. The market just is going to new high, to new high, new high. There was some good economic numbers last week. Of course, we saw really good mortgage applications. So people are actually buying houses. So it seems like a really good economic number. And the stock market really like that was going to higher and higher and higher. Now, that said, the flip side of that, with these higher and higher levels and the earnings hasn't really materialized yet, the market has a higher forward PE ratio than it has had since 2007. Anytime you see somebody say the highest number since 2007, it all brings us back to the 2008 housing crisis meltdown in the market had. So that's something to watch out for. Now, that said, we were even higher in 2007 than we are now. So are we in a bubble yet? It's anybody's game to say, but it's a game of Russian roulette maybe to say maybe tomorrow we'll start selling off, or maybe it'll happen after we get up to a much higher PE, maybe something 28 in the S&P 500. Right now we're only 22.5, 23, so there could be some room to run.
Let's take a look at your trade of the day. What would you do here?
Yeah, considering we are at all-time highs, considering there still is some risk out in the market, and considering the volatility is so low, I think a stock replacement strategy with calls is a really good trade right now. That'd be something that I'd be looking at in stocks, especially because volatility is low, like I said, but also the skew index is high. The skew index is 135. That means puts are more expensive than calls on a relative basis. So you get a double whammy. You get cheap volatility from the VIX, you get a cheap calls from the skew.
When you have a higher cost of buying puts are a way to buy protection in the market, does that tell you there is some angst out there?
Yeah, there is some angst out there. It's surprising not too surprising with the VIX so low, and not too surprising with the market on fresh all-time highs.
Good to have you here. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks for having me.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.